So at this point, Bruce Wayne understands that that's him. He got to meet his higher self, and then he becomes his higher self. And this is pretty much what goes on with every character, whether it be villain or hero or anti-hero. This goes, this is how it all goes out. Tony Stark's to Iron Man, Clark Kent to Superman.
カトン豪華級の術
Welcome. Happy Sunday. I know I've been gone for a minute to my subscribers. I know I've been gone. I've been working on my second channel, which is Showface News. You can actually subscribe right now. I'll have the link below. So I've been working on my second channel. It's been doing pretty well. And I'm back on this channel right here, Baron Insomnia. Make sure you subscribe now. Make sure you hit the like button. Please leave a comment. Feel free to share. And let's get started. It's been a while. It's been a little while. But here I am. So, today I'm talking about higher selves and how they're described in the comic world. Because I made this discovery. But I'm pretty sure other people have possibly taken notice. But if you haven't, here's what's going on. So, I was watching the show Gotham. Gotham is a show that's based on the DC comic book universe regarding James Gordon, who is actually, in the Batman series. It's about him becoming Commissioner Gordon in the end. So this is his journey to becoming Commissioner Gordon. So, as I'm watching this show, I get into later seasons of the show, and there's a young Bruce Wayne, which is Batman, in the show. So, we have a younger Bruce Wayne who is trying to find himself to become this Dark Knight Batman. So, there's a part in the show where Batman is on the verge of dying, or Bruce Wayne. Let's say Bruce Wayne, a young Bruce Wayne, is on the verge of almost dying. So he's in that in-between state of near death, right? So, in this state, he projects out of his body. As he projects out of his body, he's seeing all of the people that he knows, in a different setting as a different character. Like, they're switching characters up. Like, all of his arch nemesis, people who are destroying Gotham, and people who are his friends are playing different, the opposing roles, so to speak. They play the opposing roles. So he's in this, in this world where everyone's just different. They're not who he knows them to be, because in all honesty, he didn't know himself when he was in that state of dying. So he's trying to find himself. So, eventually he escapes from that crowd of people, and he goes into like this cave-like setting, and he discovers his higher self, which is Batman. So, as he sees Batman, he doesn't recognize who it is. He's just scared of himself, and his higher self is talking to him, saying, "You know who I am?" He said, "I'm you." And then Batman turns into a group of bats and flies at him, and then he wakes up. So at this point, Bruce Wayne understands that that's him. He got to meet his higher self, and then he becomes his higher self. And this is pretty much what goes on with every character, whether it be villain or hero or anti-hero. This goes, this is how it all goes out. Tony Stark's to Iron Man, Clark Kent to Superman, things like that. Clark Kent, perfect example. Clark Kent, who originally isn't even from the planet that he's on. He's an alien, like us, who gets adopted, You know, because he got lost because he fell down, as the fallen angels do, to a lower realm. And then he becomes this human, right? But then he discovers that he's Superman. But he has to hide that because that's a hidden power that he has in society. Nobody knows that that's Superman except one person, obviously. It's always the female. Notice it's always the female in these comics that only knows your true power. Remember that. Like Mary Jane to Spider-Man. Spider-Man, the only person who knew that Spider-Man was Spider-Man at first was Mary Jane. She's the only one that knew that Peter Parker was also Spider-Man. So it's always a female energy that's going to know the true you, or that brings out the true you, or where you can show, you know, her your true you. Just an example. And it goes so on and so forth. Same for villains. The Joker, he has to find his identity. These people becoming their higher selves in these comics. They find out their true power, and they get to choose to live, as their higher self and show their hidden power. Pretty much. So basically, when you see these things, people are just tapping into their higher selves and becoming who they're supposed to be, fulfilling their purpose. And I figured that out when I was watching Gotham, that's really what it is. Even the Riddler in Gotham, he's constantly haunted by his higher self until he actually taps into, his hidden power, who he's supposed to be. Even though it's a villain, that's just who he is. That's his higher self. He's a trickster energy, which is why he has the top hat. He likes to do riddles. Same for the Joker, trickster energy. That's their higher self. As to a Batman, is more so a warrior within himself, a spiritual warrior, so to speak. The Dark Knight. It's all very occult shit in these comics. Hence why you have actual deities and ancient pantheons that are actual comic book characters as well. But all in all, it's teaching you and showing you. You gotta know you. You can't be scared of you, because all in all you really fear is yourself. There's nothing to fear. You have all the power. Everything is within yourself. Nobody can stop you. And that's why these characters become unstoppable to begin with. Because they tap into their hidden powers and become the higher self. But it's always hidden because it's in the subconscious. So you gotta communicate and tap into your higher self, because the higher self is pretty much where all that true power is. You have to communicate with it. You gotta tap into it. Because it will never lead you astray, ever. It never will. So that is definitely something for you to study. You can look into, because you watching these shows, some of these shows got the keys. I'm gonna be real with you. These shows have the keys, or these comics have the keys. I think more so the comics have the keys, because they'll get into much more detail with it and be more intricate with it. Because comics are not as popular as they were in a certain dimension that we were in. It's more so shows, but even the shows, everything is more videography, but subscribe now. This is Bear Insomnia. Make sure you subscribe. Follow me on Instagram at Hidden Work, HDDNWRK, and make sure you add me on Facebook. I also do spiritual consultations, for a reasonable price. You can email me, and feel free to donate if you want to. Donation links are below in the description. And I hope you guys have an amazing Sunday. I'll see you guys real soon. Peace.